What's up, YouTube? This your girls Irene, and I cooked this Food Friday meal. You don't have to cook it on Friday. You can cook it for your significant other, for yourself on the Sunday. So if you're interested to see how I came up with this whole meal, then keep on watching. So we're gonna first start off by making the actual mac. Mac and cheese is easy to make because I start with a box, but we're gonna spice it up. So we're gonna bring our water to a boil. Make sure you salt the water, and we're just gonna dump the contents of the noodles in the pot. And we're going to boil them till they're al dente, but add a cap full of vegetable oil to your water so that the noodles won't stick. So then we're going to dump everything that comes with that little sauce into the noodles after we cook them. We do not cook them all the way because you do not want no overcooked noodles after you take them out the oven. No, ma'am. So we're going to dump all the contents out, and then we're going to move to making our own, little hood mac, as my folks like to call it. So we're going to add some heavy whipping cream. I added like a fourth of a cup. I'm eyeballing it really. Well, a fourth of a cup would be suffice for the measurement. And we're going to add some extra sharp cheddar cheese. We're only going to use about half of the bag. A little bit more than half, but don't dump the whole bag in there. Because honestly, I'm just cooking for myself, so I don't need no whole bag of cheese in there. And we're going to add a spoonful of some sour cream, maybe a little bit extra. Yeah, just a little bit extra. And we're going to mix all that together after I add this egg, because we need the egg to bind everything together. Do the egg last so that it doesn't curdle or cook from the noodles. After that, we're going to mix this bad boy together. We're going to add a little pepper to it because, child, it's already salty because you already added cheese to it and the stuff from the sauce packet. That's already salty. So you need to just add some black pepper. Put black pepper as much as you want. I'm not adding that much. So that's about all I'm going to add. Then we're going to add a little bit more cheese, making sure we're not using all of the cheese because we got to sprinkle some cheese on top so we can get that little golden crush, if you know what I'm saying. Alright, so next we're going to dump the contents into a foil pan. These are some $2 foil pans from Walmart. Double them up because they cheap. And you don't want your stuff to fall everywhere, so just double them up. And we're just going to spread the cheese evenly. It doesn't have to be too much cheese. Unless y'all want y'all stuff extra cheese, you can, but this alright for me. And we're going to put it in there for 30-45 minutes. And this how it should come out. You don't have to cook it that long. You actually can cook it till it's brown. So now I'm coming to show y'all the process of me cooking these yams. Now, I already had them cut up about 5, put the sweet potato prior to this. So you just seeing me how I'm about to cut them up real thin. I know you're supposed to ball your hand up. I'm about to show y'all in the video in a minute so that you don't hurt your hand like that. But I've been doing this so long, I know what I'm doing, so I'm not going to cut my fingers. So I'm good, but make sure you slice them thin because that's how the only way they're going to cook all the way through. So we're going to need some blue bunny. We're going to need granulated sugar, some brown sugar, some nutmeg, some cinnamon, and we're going to need vanilla extract. Now, you can use butter, but I just use margarine just because it comes in a big old tube, and I just use what I got. I'm not about to do no extra. Just use what you have, people. It's not that deep. So, yeah, we're just going to dump that into a pan, a spoonful of it, and then we're going to dump the sweet potatoes on top of that. I'm probably going to add some more butter just because it's a lot of yams / sweet potatoes. So we're just going to mix them up just so that all the yams can get coated. I keep saying yams, but they really just sweet potato. We ain't made them yams yet. So, now, this is a disclaimer. Please use a measuring cup if you have never done this before. Because what I was doing was, I just dumped, the bag ripped. So, all of it fell out, and it fell out too fast. And if you see me, I had to catch it. So that's my fault. But don't add this much brown sugar. Just use like a fourth of a cup, and you can add as much as you want as time progresses. Now, add a half a cup of what this is? Granulated sugar, white sugar, whatever. And then you're going to add some nutmeg. Don't add too much nutmeg. I would say a teaspoon of nutmeg, and then add a tablespoon of cinnamon. You can add as much as you want later on, but just do that for right now because you don't want to mess it up because you can't really go back. And then you're going to add the vanilla extract. If you have a fresh bottle, just add half the bottle. If you have one already, just imitation vanilla works as well, but I just use pure vanilla. Whatever you got in your kitchen, just use it. And then we're just going to stir everything up. Make sure y'all clean up your area as you go, because this is going to help you when it's time to sit down and eat and you don't got no dishes to wash. So if you don't want no dishes, clean up as you go. Take the bag that you have all your groceries in and just make it a trash bag. So when you're done, you just tie it up and throw it in the trash. Alright, yeah, my brown sugar had some clumps in it, so I had to break them up. But we just gonna stir this around. I added more cinnamon, of course, because it wasn't a cinnamon taste. Honestly, that's the cheap cinnamon from what that place name? Dollar General. And yeah, it wasn't giving me, what I wanted. So yeah, we're not gonna worry about that. So now we're just cooking down. As you can see, I'm looking at how the sauce looks. I don't know, it's a particular way my sauce looks, and I know it's good, but I'm tasting it to see if I need to add anything else. I'm pretty sure I added some more white sugar to it, because white sugar, I don't know what it is, but it's the kicker of yams. Now we have some skinless salmon, because I don't do it with the skin. We have some spinach and some claw crab meat, and we're going to use that Slap Your Mama seasoning from Walmart to season our fish. Now this is my starting lineup. You don't have to use seasoned salt, but I love Lowry's and I needed to add it on there. I wasn't gonna put it on there, but then I changed my mind. I have lemon juice, but I only used it at the end because I forgot. But don't worry about that. And we're gonna add some cayenne pepper and garlic salt. Just season one side of the fish and use the fish seasoning that you already have on there to season the front and back, because you don't need to add extra seasoning to the back because salmon can get salty really fast. And I took a handful of spinach and just put it into a pan. We added some garlic powder, and then we added like a small amount of margarine just so that it didn't fry the spinach. I wanted to wilt it down. So yeah, spinach wilts down to nothing. So if you use like a handful of spinach, you're gonna be like, oh my god, that's a lot. But once it finished cooking, it's really not. And I didn't have to drain the spinach because the claw crab meat was already drained and it did need a little moisture. So yeah. Then we're gonna use 2.5 ounces of cream cheese. Whatever cream cheese you got, whether it's fat free or not, it'll work. And then we're gonna add this to our spinach that's already frying. Make sure you turn the heat down to low so that you don't burn the cream cheese. And yeah, you see me breaking up with a spoon. It's very advised that you use a whisk. Please use a whisk. And we're gonna add some heavy whipping cream. I added about, I'm gonna say a tablespoon of it. I'm gonna put all the measurements below, but I just eyeball this stuff. And then I used the whisk to break this up because look how easy this ended up becoming. Like, I had to slow y'all the video down to show y'all, like, I don't know what I was thinking trying to do this with a spoon, but y'all, my mind I don't be processing stuff at the same time, so don't pay me any attention. Make sure y'all whisk this up really, really well, because if you don't, it's not going to come out well when you add the crab meat. So whisk it really well. Now we're going to add some Parmesan cheese. You can turn up the heat of just a little bit, just so that the cheese will melt. Don't have it all the way up, because if you do that, the cheese, everything just going to burn. So yeah, don't burn this and mess it up, and then you have to start over. Ooh, look at that, child. That's how cheesy you want it to look. So now we're about to add the crab claw meat, whatever. And then we're going to dump it in there. It's going to come clump, but what you're going to do is just dump it in there and whisk it in very well, because it'll break up. Seafood's not that, solid. So it's going to break up once you finish whisking it in. And it's going to all come together very beautifully. And then we're going to add some of that Slap Your Mama seasoning on top just to give it a little seasoning, because that's the actual fish's season, not the actual mixture we're making. So we want to be mindful of, seasoning the actual stuffing. After we whisk it well, I'm going to take a little oil and put it into this foil pan. Now, what I forgot is that salmon is a very fatty fish, so it produces its own oil. So you really didn't need it, but I didn't want my fish to burn up either. But I'm just going to take all the excess and just wipe it down. I didn't show y'all this, but I did cut a slit in the very top. I didn't cut it on the side because I didn't want my fish not to cook all the way through. So I made sure I did it on the top. And we're just going to stuff it in there as such. Stuff both sides evenly first, and then if you have any excess, just throw it on top. And then I ended up adding some of that leftover Parmesan on top, and then I popped it in the oven on 350 for about 40 to 45 minutes because I'm not eating no raw fish. Now some people might eat that stuff like that, but I won't. No ma'am. Everything came out. Hope y'all like this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Everything's in the description box. Follow me on Instagram and let me know if there are any other recipes I should cook or if you cook this meal. And I'll see y'all next time.